I don't know. I've been a little stressed lately, and just a lot of things going on in my life. And I know from talking to a lot of my friends, I feel like a lot of people are a little stressed more than norm lately. I mean, it's been a little strange these last few years for all of us, right? And so I'm looking at the leaves falling outside, and reminding myself of here's fall again, and you hear that cliche, letting go, and blah blah blah. And I'm seeing the squirrel like trying to dig a hole outside, everywhere. These squirrels are digging holes and burying things in my yard, and waiting for that winter to come, right? Season change. So today our mat is going to be kind of like our little mandala of honoring the seasons of our life. Okay, that's why we're going to take a flow today that goes all around our mat. So we can imagine each side of our mat is a different season. Okay, just you get the gist of it. We always move in different seasons of our life. So today, just allow yourself just to adjust a little bit, get comfortable. Maybe just close your eyes for a moment. Take the next breath in through your nose. And exhale through your nose or your mouth. Just do this a few times as I begin to guide you into just a brief meditation. And if at any time you want to open your eyes, open your eyes. But imagine right now, just as you honor all the seasons of your life, what is it that you need to let go of currently so that you can move on to something new? What is it that you want to bury and leave behind to make ground for fertilizing your next few steps? If nothing comes to mind, it's okay. Let's begin to come into child's pose upon our mat. So a cycle of life, life has changed, birth, death, recycle, right? So honoring the seasons of our life. The next few breaths, we'll go ahead and make our way into table. As we begin our table pose, just a few cat-cows this morning. So if we imagine the corners of our mat, just like the seasons of our life, we'll know that we are still just essentially in the center of it all, always. Things change around us, but we still are there right in the middle. Next time we breathe in, begin to flatten out your spine, start to extend your right leg straight back. Let's go ahead on your next breath. Begin to take a little yogic push-up. Draw the chin towards the top of the mat. Inhale, let yourself come up. And then draw your knee into your nose. Exhale. And inhale, lengthen that out. Go ahead, a little push-up. Inhale up. And knee into the nose again. And lengthen. Just do this one more time. A little half push-up. And the knee into the nose. And then on your next breath, let's just gently curl the toes under, down dog. We won't be here very long. Just walk your hands actually to the back of your mat. And maybe heel toe the feet, perhaps even off of your mat. Doesn't have to be. And just bend the knees. Allow yourself to fold forward, grabbing opposing elbows, possibly. Letting your head just hang. Letting yourself, even if you feel like you need movement, swaying a little bit. So we're trying to move our energy, right? On your next breath, let's come all the way to standing. So you might have to bend the knees. In fact, I recommend it a little bit. Then just lift up, let those arms open out to a V. And then exhale, fold forward. Let's walk our hands back to the top of a push, or go to the top of a wide-legged push-up. And then just gently bring your legs together. And then slowly lower down. Rolling open, cobra, relax your shoulders as you lift. Exhale to your down dog. Hi, Michelle, now I see you. And then dropping into table. And dropping into child's just for a few breaths. And so using your breath as your guide on your mat, as your guide on your path in life today, when we come to our breath, we come back home. We come back to us. Come back to table now. Inhale. Take a cat-cow. Flattening back out, start to inhale, extend your left leg straight back. Just pausing here, make sure that as your kneecap slightly pulls in, push through your heel, lengthen through your spine. So don't look at the screen. Just top of the head is moving forward. As you exhale, elbows move towards your waistline, either half push-up or full push-up towards chin to the mat. And then on your next exhale, knee into your nose. Inhale, lengthen that out. Go very slow. 2 more rounds of that. So go ahead at your pace. And if your half push-up is literally a centimeter, you know, that's what it is today. Eventually, you place that knee down. Let's make our way into down dog like before. And go ahead, get your feet off the mat to the sides there and walk your hands back towards your feet. And inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend your knees a little bit, grab elbows again. Feel free to sway a little bit. And then inhale, pull yourself up to standing. Let your arms just lift up back of that mat. Good. Exhale, let's go ahead and fold. Walking the hands back to a wide-legged plank. You might jump your feet together this time to plank or just simply step them together. Good. Lower down, taking your half vinyasa. And just taking a few breaths in your down dog. And feel free to make your down dog fluid. You could bend your knees, shake out your neck, shake out your head, stand in your tippy toes. This is a practice for you, not for me, you know, just to move your energy. And then slowly, let's go ahead. This time, peeking forward. Let's go get to the top of your mat. And let's just come up all the way to standing. Okay, so blocks near you, water near you, if you'd like. I'd like to actually start a flow where we move in that circle I talked about on our mat. How is the volume for you guys? Is it, do you want higher? Oh, is it okay? Okay, okay, thank you. All right. So we'll take this very slow the first round. There will be a time where you're facing this opposite wall of yours, this other side, okay? So as we breathe in, let's start lifting our arms up overhead. Just to start here, extended mountain. Get your shoulders down. Let the palms maybe face one another today. Imagine you have like a big beach ball in your hands. Now as you exhale, just fold forward, bend the knees, nice flat back. So just a simple sun A to begin. We'll lift up halfway, breathing in. Plant your hands down top of your push-up. So we know we can always modify knees, chest, chin, or cat-cow. So do whatever it is you need to, coming down, eventually up dog or cobra. We'll meet in our down dog. Now, peek forward, bend both knees, step your right foot towards your right hand, you know, into like a lunge. Okay. And then as we do, walk your hands over towards your left to go into like, it's called Skandasana. So it's like a side lunge, okay? So hands can come up to the heart or they can stay on the ground. That's up to you. As we breathe in, come up, so straighten your legs, and then exhale, bend your right knee in Skandasana here, okay? Now place your hands down. So you might grab your block if you're tight on your hamstrings. I want you to take your block, put it, for those who are tight, you know, in front of you at that center of the mat. So you straighten your legs and you might peek at me. Peeking at me. I'm just going to bow, or like my arms, my palms are up, my arms are shoulder distance. My toes are facing the long side of my mat. And there's this just bowing. So if you need a block underneath your forearms for height. All right, so take another 2 breaths there, just this first time. Now, inhale, coming up halfway. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat, towards your left leg, and then just step back, top of a push-up. And then take your vinyasa at the back of your mat. We won't be here long. We'll meet in down dog at the back of your mat there. All right, same foot, step your right foot forward into that lunge, right? And then I start to stand up, face that left side of my mat, Skandasana to the left. And then I come back to center and then to my right. I come back to center. I fold forward, bowing in, fold forward, and palms are up, right? I'm just melting my heart towards each season of my life. On your next inhale, come back up and go back towards the front of your mat. And go ahead, take top of that push-up. So you're back at the front of your mat towards your left leg, cobra down dog. And then child's pose just for a breath. Child's pose for a breath. Inhale, stand up on your shins, almost reaching, almost like circle those arms, reach it up. And then almost like bowing into, just reach those arms forward, bend the elbows, bow the head in. Gather it up, bring it right back up, circle arms up overhead, standing on the shins. Exhale, just drawing sits bones back, tucking chin. And one more time, inhale, slowly coming up, reach those arms all the way up. Exhale, back to down dog. Walk or jump to the top of your mat. Come up halfway. Fold forward, breathe out. Come all the way to standing. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Bring to mind your intention for your practice. Inhale, arms lift. Just moving the body. Exhale, fold forward. Lift up halfway, big breath. Plant your hands down. Find your way to down dog. You could just step back or take a vinyasa. What do you need? So from here, we go ahead, step your right foot. So step your right foot towards your right hand, that lunge, right? So right away, we come up, go Skandasana, that side lunge, pivot the toes, face that long side, bend left knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend right knee. Inhale, come up. It's that folding forward. So that serving, palms up. Almost like a half puppy dog pose here, like you melt your heart, towards the floor. And then we inhale, come up halfway, hands on the ground. Walk your hands back towards your left foot into a lunge. Step your left foot back, top of your push-up. Go ahead, take your vinyasa or just step back to down dog or table cat-cow. Very, very good. And then step your right foot forward again. Still your right foot forward. Face that long side of your mat. Side lunge, left knee. Inhale, come up. Side lunge, right knee. Very good. Oh, good job. Fold forward all the way in that wide-legged fold. We come up halfway. Inhale. Go ahead, walk your hands towards your left foot. Get back to the top of your mat, that left foot. So you're back to the front again, back around. Big circles in your life. Oh, because, it is down dog. And then child's pose. And then we come up 3 times on your shins, get lift up. If you prefer this, you can do this. Or if you prefer hands like a hero's pose, pull the heart open back here. And then go back to child. So 3 times total. And you can even mix it up, 2 times could be one way, and then you're like, ah. And we'll meet in down dog. Yeah, good. Down dog, honoring our seasons of our life. Walk or jump to the top of your mat when you're ready. And come up when you're ready. Okay. We are going to do just one more round of that, and then we'll move on to something else. Okay, so this one will be a little more fluid. Ready? Modify what you need to. Reach your arms up. Take child's pose if you need to. Fold forward. Halfway up, breathing in. So we begin in a sun A. We'll meet in down dog, or you just step back. You know that. You can do that. All right, so we step our right foot to our right hand. come up immediately, side lunge, left knee. Inhale, rise up, very good. Side lunge, right knee. Inhale, come up, pivot the toes to face that long side. Fold forward, flat back, hinging from hips. You could bend the knees. And then we come up halfway. Let's walk our hands towards our left foot, back of the mat. And take your plank, cobra down dog, facing the back of your mat. Good job, guys. We begin with the right foot again, always the right foot. Step your right foot forward. We side lunge left knee to that side of our mat. Left knee and then right, but very slow. And then we wide leg fold, adjust your feet, arms or shoulder distance apart, fold. Ooh, good. We come up halfway, walk your hands last time towards your left foot. We take ourselves in that top of that push up. Again, a cobra down dog or cat cow is fine. And then we drop down to child's. And our last round of 3 times, either child's to heroes or child's to like a camel pose. So remember, you could, come up and like serve it up and gather it down, bury it. You can even imagine that. Inhale, lifting up, grabbing what you need to like get rid of, and then you might have to yank a few times, pull it down and pat it down if you need to. Bury that shit. One more. Good. And then just resting pose, whether that's heroes, seated, just take a moment to pause. Just take a moment to pause. And you could grab a sip of water or whatever you need. So we'll meet in seated eventually with our legs forward. And extend your, extend your toes up. Okay. Let your hands come down along your sides. Let your toes stay flexed up. Let's actually just keep your sits bones even. Let's walk our right hand over to the right, but don't let your left sits bones lift. Take that left arm over ear. So I might be opposite than you. I don't know how it appears on your screen. Just a simple side bend. Inhale, bring that right arm up. Now keeping right sits bones down, don't lift it. Left hand just wherever you're comfortable, and reach right arm up and over ear. So it's staying stable and rooted as we side bend. Inhale, come up. Let's go ahead, fold forward, grabbing just a simple forward fold wherever you can grab your feet or ankles, shins. Maybe lift up halfway, lengthen spine. Remember, shoulder blades are supposed to be back here and the heart is reaching forward. The neck is neutral and the breath gets slower, longer, deeper into your body. Not trying to create a space that's perfect, but trying to create a space to move in our imperfect world. Inhale, slowly come up. Let's begin to come into some kind of reverse table or reverse plank. So you can keep the legs straight or bend the knees. So inhale, reach your heart open, rooting into the feet. Legs are about hip distance here. Be mindful of your spine. Neutral neck, so the chin can slightly come in. And a lot of times I see head drop back. That's not for everybody. So pull your chest open, one more breath. Then exhale, slowly come all the way down. And actually begin to lay down. We'll do our core there. So we'll go in between a couple rounds of this. Lay all the way down. Bring those knees into a 90-degree bend. Arms come down along your sides. Palms are down, slightly away, just slightly. And start to, if you can, extend those legs forward. So again, just starting to work our core. Keep low back pressing down. If you want upper body to lift, great. If you want arms to lift, great. And then adjust from there. You guys have been in this with me before. You can always support your head. This is just a hold. This is safer than boat pose, and it works a lot more muscles. Good. We'll take about, 2 more breaths maybe. So really find where you feel a little uncomfortable. Good. And then just slowly start to just come upon your forearms. come upon your forearms, let your legs come forward. So we'll just do like this is a modified fish kind of pose. Pull your heart open and neck is neutral, or if it's bothering you, keep your chin into the chest. But just see if you bring your shoulder blades together. And then let's go ahead and put a bend into the knees. And then let's go ahead and put our hands on the ground. And then let's lift into a reverse table. Take 2 more breaths. Exhale, slowly come down. Come all the way onto the back. And take your hands right behind your head. Keep your knees bent. On your next breath, let's go ahead from here. Start to inhale, lift up your torso and take your left leg forward. Lift up your torso and take your left leg at an angle. If this is too much, you could always bend the knee or keep both feet on the ground. And then take this right arm over towards your left. And then baby pulse it towards your left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet down, hands support the head, facing up now. Do 10 pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Two-way stretch. Just a two-way stretch, release it all. Couple breaths here. And feel free to stay here. I almost feel like it. That would be bad. I would want my money back. Put your feet on the mat. And so now we take our hands behind our head. We start to push into the low back of the mat and start to extend that right leg forward, if you can. And then upper body starts to lift. So remember, keep that knee bent or foot on the ground. Take that left arm over to the right and then pulse it. Try to reach the fingertips towards the space outside of the right knee. So just pulsing it, and I'm not counting. I'll make it up now. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here, but then take the hands behind the head, face your torso up, and then pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, two-way stretch. If it feels good to take an inhale through your nose and like force it out the mouth, like and let it go. So let's go ahead, bring both knees in. Either rock and roll up to a table or just, fall over to your favorite side, push up and come into table. So the next flow, we will be on our knee just for 2 little parts. So if you need cushion, extra cushion, grab a blanket. Down dog. Let's begin to just come into a preparation for crescent warrior. So begin to lift crescent moon warrior. The right leg, it just starts to come up. And we step our right foot between our hands. Let's go ahead and drop our left shin bone down. So go ahead and reach your arms up as you inhale. You can adjust your, right knee forward if it feels good. But actually, I would do this. This is going to be more for moving the muscles of our spine. Relax your arms down for a moment. Knee 90 degrees, so knee over your ankle, okay? Toes forward. Take your arms, extend them up. And then just bend the elbows so your fingertips are to the outsides of your ears, so just like this, okay? Now on your next breath, let's go ahead and take a twist. Like pulling the belly in, just twist from belly button up. Twist to your right. Inhale, face forward. And then twist to your left, wringing out your spine. Think of just staying tall. You're tall. And then inhale, face forward. And now draw the left elbow towards your right knee. And come up. So let's try that again. Twist, just twist the spine right. To inhale forward, it should feel good, just only a gentle ringing. Inhale to the left, twist, 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 and come back forward. And then left elbow towards your right knee. Good. Plant the hands down. Plant your hands down. Let's prepare for airplane. Lift your back leg up. So you could always hold a block, the floor. You could always just mountain. Maybe you don't feel like flying today. And then crescent or warrior 1. So just lunge your left leg back. You can kind of straighten your knee if you need to for a bit. And I'll meet you there, crescent or warrior one. So the heel is lifted or the back heel is down. So think of how your spine, just think of creating space in between your vertebrae by pulling your fingertips more toward the sky, pulling your ribs in a little bit more, especially your bottom rib. Tuck your tail a little. And then grab your left wrist and let's lean gently to our right. Get a little bit of a left rib cage stretch. Breathe into that space. Inhale, let those arms float right back up. Let your back heel maybe lift, twisting open to your right. And as you twist open to your right here, you might gaze back, but actually you could take that right arm behind your low back or just keep it open. And just if you want to find a little edge and lower that back knee down a little bit, we'll be here 2 more breaths. And then inhale, straighten your legs as you prepare for triangle. So getting a break off that leg, we've been bending that knee for a bit. It's tired. So don't forget to get your extension, right? We lengthen first, then just let that right arm gently down. So arms are right above one another. That may mean you have to hold a block, tall setting. That might mean you have to hold your hip. Everything's stacking. And when I say these cues, our bodies are different. It may not be that way for you. Now gazing down, revolved triangle. So let's let our left hand come to the block or the floor. Square your hips to the front of your mat. So remember, you're not on a tightrope. There's space between heels. Open the right arm to the sky for those of you who feel comfortable in that pose. Twisting again, your rib cage open, right? And maybe gazing up. Nice neutral neck. Right hand could be at the hip if the shoulder is bothering you. Good. Now exhale, gaze down. And begin to bend your right knee into like a lunge. Let's begin to place our right forearm, kind of like extended side angle, right? So right forearm upon your right thigh here. And take your left hand to your hip. Let's think of this as a bent knee triangle. So how do your arms supposed to be ready? Stacked, right? Shoulders are stacked, right? So that left arm could lift if it feels all right too. Then if you could, slide your right hand down the inside of your calf, down your inside of your ankle. Maybe you hold here. Yeah, or maybe some of you have a bind. Donna has a beautiful bind behind her back. Not me, Donna. Good. And then gaze down. Put your hands down. Drop your left shin bone down. Those who don't want it, you could do side plank with the knee lifted. But otherwise, bring that right leg back. And if you're tired, put your right foot down. You could just stack shoulders here. Or take any variation of this that suits you for 2 to 3 more of your breaths. And feel free to do a vinyasa or a child's pose from there. So child's pose for a few breaths or take a vinyasa, cobra down dog. You guys are hanging in. Good job, Michelle. Got some birthday girls online today. Janine. All right, take another 2 breaths, whatever you chose. And we'll meet in down dog. For those who need a vinyasa, throw that in, but otherwise, I'll meet you with the left leg up. Down dog or table, left leg up. So crescent moon, that's where we began. So drop that left or right knee down. So it's not your typical crescent moon. You're not, getting a psoas stretch so much as we are trying to work our core, stretch open the space. Arms up. Bend the elbows so the fingers, go at the space of the ears. So you're not holding or interlacing. Lengthen through the top of your head. And then take a gentle exhale out to the left. Inhale, face forward. Exhale to your right. Pull that right shoulder blade back. Inhale, face forward. And then right elbow towards that left knee. Doesn't have to touch, come back to center. So we do that again. Twist left. Inhale forward, twist right. Come forward, right elbow towards the space of the knee. Back to neutral. So we do airplane next. Airplane in any way. So find your way just coming up. Balancing off. Right foot lifts in any way again, and we might be wobbly. We might have to come standing sometimes. Very good. Crescent or warrior one. That's good, guys. Adjust your feet, adjust so your hips face forward comfortably. Maybe your arms get a little wider. Get that space across like the sides of your ribs. Let those feel stretched. Pull those fingertips towards the corners of your room for a moment. Good. Now, let's go ahead from here. Take your right hand into your left hand over your right wrist. Lean left. So grab your right wrist. Feel your rib cage open. Inhale, come back to center. And we twist to our left. So without, when we do twist, hands could be right at the hips. We want to keep shoulders right over your hips, your ears over your shoulders. Right hand down that back leg if you desire, or behind your back. Pay attention to the muscles of your back. Don't overdo it. Triangle preparation now. Straightening legs. So adjust your feet. You guys know that it's not the same stance. So be where you can breathe and think of shoulders and arms in alignment, not just your hips. Good form. Good form, guys. On your next exhale, gaze down. Right hand to the mat. So that revolved triangle, legs are straight. Blocks are great tools to have here, especially if you want to concentrate on the twist and spine more. You can relax more in the spine and the breath. And think of arms in alignment here. Exhale, both hands down. Okay, let's start with that extended side angle variation or that bent knee triangle. So left forearm on your left thigh, right hand to the hip, and then the right arm up. And then you slide that left hand wherever you can. Perhaps it grabs your ankle. And some of you could take the bind underneath the leg and grab your hand behind your low back. Good, Donna. Exhale, gaze down. Bring your hands to the floor. You guys are very on today. Take your right shin down and take that side plank, left leg back. So remember, you can be off the bottom knee. And that left foot could just be down. And then take a vinyasa or, take a rest. I'll give you about 7 breaths to do what you need. And when I request that you do what you need, I also want you to harness the craziness of your mind for a little bit. That's where I have been lacking. Like I'll let my mind go nutsos and then I get carried away with it every damn time lately. It's almost like I know it's happening and I refuse to stop it. It's like I like to wallow in it a little bit. So wherever your mind is going, whether it be happy places, wherever, I want you to draw your mind's eye to your breath, the way you're breathing. Do that for about 5 breaths. All right, come up into a seat just for a second. I don't know if you guys can see each other, but I'll let you know. I can see all you guys. Whose mind wandered away in those 4 breaths? Just raise your hand. Yeah, right? You're normal. So we're going to keep trying, okay? We're going to keep practicing. All right, down dog. With those of you who didn't raise your hand, good job. Let's do our flow once again, okay? Let's lift our right leg up, down dog. Step your right foot between the hands. Drop the left shin bone down. Reach your arms up overhead. Inhale. Take the fingers at the space at your ears, okay? Pull the ribs in. Exhale, get that ringing out to the right. Let the breath be stronger here. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, big breath to the left. Inhale, just face forward. And then that left elbow towards, keeping neck neutral towards your knee, come back to center. So again, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Twist to the left. come back to center, airplane, airplane. Few breaths. So this isn't a vinyasa practice. We're just holding, but not quite as long as the first time. Warrior one, crescent or warrior one. Adjust your feet, adjust your feet. You could be on that left shin, by the way. Grab your left wrist, lean over to the right, leaning over to the right. Good, inhale slowly back to center. Take your twist to the right. So again, stay tall. Don't lean forward or back, stay tall. Lower your back knee as much as you want for 2 more breaths. Good, inhale, come back to center, reach those arms up. So triangle pose now. So prepare for triangle without rushing right into it. Get your breath, get your foundation, then your posture. Good. As we breathe out, left hand to the floor or to the block, revolve triangle. Don't forget, you could have that bend in your knee if you are feeling really tight. Revolve triangle, right arm up. Okay, and then bent knee triangle. So any variation that, or extended side angle. Forearm on thigh, think of shoulder blades stacking, as well as hips. Good, gazing down. Left hand to the floor. Side plank on the left hand. Hey, by the way, wait. For those who haven't gone into it yet and you feel like really crazy right now, Donna, bring your right foot forward again. Especially you, Donna. Just grab your big toe with your right peace fingers. And then see if you can go boop, boop, boop. And if you're like, hell no, and I can't do that. If you can, take your right knee into your hand and just see where it goes. All right, vinyasa or down dog. Let's get that left side in. And it's not meant to, it's just play. So left leg lifts. Left foot forward, drop your shin down, reach those arms up. Remember, you can stay here for a bit. Fingers at your ears. So first of all, get your shoulders relaxed. Relax them. Full belly in, exhale, big breath out, like should sound like a fire engine. Inhale, forward, exhale. Inhale, right elbow towards your knee. Inhale to center. Again, twist, big breath left. Come back to center. Big breath to the right. Come back to center. Elbow to the knee. Come back to center. Go ahead, release those arms up or airplane. Let's meet you there. So if you don't feel like flying, you can just stay here on your leg. And drop down to that back shin, or I'm sorry, not really. Oh, if you want to, you can drop to the shin. Otherwise, stay lifted and twist to the left. So again, you could be here. Take that back hand down the back leg or low back. But if you're feeling tenderness in that low spine, stop twisting so hard. Good, releasing and then straighten both legs. Triangle pose. You guys know triangle. Extend first. Tuck your tail a little bit, Janine. Very, very, very good. And then go ahead, gazing down. Revolve triangle. So this could be done on the shin and your left leg could be straight. So triangle or revolve triangle. And then that bent knee triangle here. So, forearm on the thigh. Again, you can be on the shin if you want. And the hand can walk down the ankle. Yeah, very good variations on this, guys. Good, release. So before you bring that left big toe back, if you want to try to take your left big toe in your fingertips here and then boop, 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 bring that left leg with that boop, boop, boop sound is required. And then good job at vinyasa or not. And we'll meet in preparation for pigeon. So pigeon, sleeping swan, or thread the needle. Let's begin to meet there, shin bone forward. right side. So yoga teaches us to breathe through our seasons of our life. You know, I notice sometimes I'll get frustrated on my mat, or I'll be comparative of what I think I should be, or, you know, I wish my toe didn't hurt. you know what I mean? But we're still in the center of it all, always. That hasn't changed. Just the things that are going around us are. We are not our thoughts. We just have them. We're not what happens to us, but how we respond, right? So about 45 more seconds. Where can you let go in this pose? Maybe your block is underneath your forehead or support your head. Just let go in the body, let go in the breath. Just notice how you cling, in the body. And just sit with it. That's all. You don't have to heal it right now. Okay. Let's, on our next breath, lean over to your right. Bring your left leg forward. So if you're on your back, you'll want to sit up. And let's let our right foot, you can let your right leg hang out to the left there. So hands are down on the ground, or hang out to the right. And start to extend or lift our left foot 1 inch off the ground. So if you want to walk your hands back a little bit, if you want to walk your hands back, that might feel better. And if you need to hold your leg every once in a while. And then let's go ahead and see if we can reach it up a little bit higher, like little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7. Don't do it with gritting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it down. Let it down softly. Reach your arms up overhead. Let's go ahead and either fold directly over your left leg, or today you could allow your arms to walk more left today. Keeping right sits bones rooted. And then inhale, slowly come back to center with the torso. Come up, bring that left leg out, left more. Bring it just left more, your left leg. And left hand just slides, perhaps the palm is opening up, and you can slide it on the inside of that leg. And some of you can grab your big toe, or you could just bring the hand, slide it right hand to the hip or overhead. Taking just a side bend here. And if the side bend bothers you, just think of extension. And then slowly release. Swinging or bringing that left leg back. Let's go ahead, bring ourselves to the top of a push-up where we'll meet there, top of a push-up. So yeah, it's time for core, time for plank. Plank is one of the best things we can do for our body, bones, back. Drop down to the forearms though. And you could drop your knees down, by the way. You don't have to do this full on. So elbows are generally about shoulder distance. Good. Good, good, good form, Michelle. Good form, Pat. And then come all the way to the belly, Sphinx pose or seal. Sphinx or seal. And checking out your elbows and shoulders. Are they, on top of each other? If your elbows are down. And then slowly just release. Make a pillow. Just bend your knees, just a few windshield wipe. And we'll meet in a pigeon or thread the needle on the other side. So you decide you want to throw in a vinyasa or 2 or 3. We'll meet you in pigeon. If you have a lot of energy, take 3 vinyasas. I'll meet you. You'll still have some time for pigeon. So I'm in the kind of the phase of my life where I'm letting the external events be an excuse for my shitty attitude and mood. And it's not excusable, right? And so, it starts fights with me and my husband when he say, use your yoga. And then I want to use my hand, slap, slap. And it's like, I want to be like, oh, shut up. It is so damn true. And there's not a perfect person out there in the world, and we all struggle at times. And so this practice for me was to remind you guys, especially when I saw the group that was coming in today. I know you guys have been through tough things, all of you. And you're here. You're on your mat. You're breathing. You're trying. And that's what we do every day, is just do our best to be as good as we can be, a good person. And catch ourselves when we're not. So just about 40 more seconds here. See where you can just take some pause and melt into your body. Let some tension go, breathe with it. Keep coming back to the space of your breath. Keep bringing yourself home, away from those thoughts. Come back to the breath. So on your next 2 breaths, let's go ahead and start to come out of our pose to swing our right leg forward. So as we do that, left foot can stay down, but it's that one where we're extended up. We don't get to relax completely into that yet. So the hands can come behind you. Just want your spine to be straight. And lift your heel somewhere off the ground to where you don't have to like it, but you can tolerate it, wherever that is. And pulse it now. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, breathe. And rest it down. Let's go ahead, inhale, reach our arms up overhead. So now we can rest into this, but there's still some, attention on flat back, open heart, relaxing shoulders, neutral neck, breathing into the space of your throat, not only the front, but the back of your neck. And try that. Imagine breathing in and out of the pores of your neck, both front and back side. Imagine breathing in good immunity and health in this area of the throat. Inhaling, slowly come up. So we take that, I think, right? Do we go to the right for this yet? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, right hand either slides or palm can be up. Left hand, it's nice to start left-handed hip. Lengthen, and then, come over. So instead of worrying about how far you can reach, I really want you to think about lengthening up out of your spine. So if your right rib cage is really resting on the right thigh, can you lengthen it and be a little more muscular and not resting it on the thigh? Good. Inhale, slowly come up. Oh. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, plank. One more. Okay, one more. Sorry, Michelle, don't. Your screen's on, don't forget. I see you. So recording, Courtney, I'm going to get you. All right, let's go ahead and plank pose. So just because Michelle shook her head, it's her fault. 1 minute. I got my little timer started. So honestly, guys, if at any point you're like, no, just come to the belly. It's just a joke. Breathing through a hard season of plank. But we know, with all the sweat that's coming off and the toxins and the muscle that we're building and the fat that you burn, that's good, right? Fertilization for something better in our body, in our bones. But it's hard work. I would imagine 10 to 15 seconds left here. So not much longer, guys. Take the next breath out and take one more cycle of breath and then Sphinx pose. Reach in Sphinx or seal. Then make a come to the belly. Do that little windshield wipe with the legs. And then we'll go ahead and, if you want, just flip over, or if you're like, I need to have my head. But what if you just stayed where you are and didn't have to go where you always go? Just, flip over and let yourself go into inversion. Sometimes that's where I go, oh no, it has to be this way or I'm not happy. So legs just straight up, honoring the seasons. Wherever you are, if you want to go into like a plow for a bit, go into plow. We come down into a pose of choice because we've been in them all: bridge, fish, or wheel. Bridge, fish, or wheel. So bending into those knees, taking your bind. It's really important in the bridge pose that the triceps are a form of grounding and supporting. So those help to stabilize. Those help to keep your chest open. So push into the backs of your triceps. And sometimes it helps to bend the elbows so the fingertips point upwards towards the sky. And unless you're in wheel, don't do that. But come all the way down. And let's do a half happy baby. Let's grab one foot. It doesn't matter whatever foot came into your hand or ankle or back of your thigh, half happy baby. So goal is to feel something in that hip flexor region. So our low back is still pressing down. The right knee can move to the space, the thigh can move to the space to the outside of the right torso. Now, but that may not work for everybody. So remember, the knee is a hinge joint. You're just moving the thigh. And then on your next breath, bring that shin in towards you with both hands. So see if you could like a baby. And rock that baby side. So my left hand is, if my right leg is up, my left hand is on my right foot, right knee is right hand. Nice. Then see if you could lift up your torso and touch your nose and toe. Yeah, and then let it go. Good. I'm sure glad you're not wearing your birthday suit, Michelle. Not for that pose. Left knee bothers. I had to throw in a bad joke to her. She told me she's coming in her birthday suit today. So other leg. And remember, if your back bothers you, put your opposite foot on the ground. And just hold this, breathe with this, have some tension there. Stress is not a bad thing, guys. We need stress to grow. We just have to learn how to handle bits of it, right? All right, your nose to knee, or actually not yet, unless you're dying to, but I would recommend first just cradling. I got too excited. And actually this cradling and moving it back and forth will get it better towards the nose or behind your head. And anytime you want to start, bringing that nose to big, good, and release, two-way stretch, nice job. Oh, I can see arms flailing up every once in a while. All right. One more pose before Shavasana, just reclining twist. Bring both knees in, arms open to a T. So you could do that twisted root, cross left leg over right, or simply drop right, putting a block in between shin and knees, or if you have two, put one underneath your ankles. As we inhale, slowly bring those knees to center and go the opposite way. By the way, a physical therapist said if you're a side sleeper, which I don't know how realistic this is for everybody, but he says pillow in between your knees, shins, hold on to a big pillow underneath your head, and a pillow behind your back like a baby. and that will keep you, I guess, stable. I don't know if your spouses will like that, but some of you. All right, come back to center. And take rest now. It's time for rest. You have a couple minutes. Do anything that you need to in order to find that pause from the seasons of our life. And, we need that too. We kind of need the little breaks here and there through self-care. And it doesn't have to be something that costs money. Just, going to nature or yoga like that. Something that brings you peace. Talking to a friend, whatever. Enjoy your rest. So let's begin now to create a deeper breath into the body. Allow the breath to get longer with awareness, as well as moving the fingers and the toes, your ankles and wrists. Let's start to stretch our arms now overhead, that long two-way stretch. And take the next breath in through your nose. And go ahead and let it go. So let's bring our knees into the space of our chest. Allowing yourself to pause over to your side for 2 to 3 breaths, and we'll meet in a meditative seat. Just taking a moment to bow your head in towards your heart. You don't literally have to, but just an idea. And give thanks to your gift of health today, no matter, you're alive. And then draw to mind 3 people that you're thankful for today. The light me bows to lightning. Namaste. Michelle. Thanks, Courtney. There you are, Courtney. You can. Nice to have you. Did you do it?
I did the whole flow. I just realized really quickly that my outfit wasn't camera appropriate at this angle.
Oh, so you were wearing the birthday suit today.
Yeah. My shorts were rolling up, my top was coming down. I'm like, all right, no, people can't see this.
That happens sometimes. I look at her and I'm like, oh, my shirt is totally open.
I was selling this stuff online. That's these parts. That's how I'm making money, you guys.
Thank you.
That was great, Christy. Thank you.
Yeah, it was super. Thank you.
Thanks, Donna. It's good to see you. Good to see you.
Oh,
I love you guys. Thank you.
Everybody have a great weekend.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Pat. Good to have you back. And Donna, so good to see you. And Pat, stay there. Don't go. Oh. Hmm.